Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is day 2 of school, and I'm wearing my second grade crew shirt from my second grade life. That's right. So thank you, Vanessa and Skylar, for another awesome shirt to wear to school this week. Tomorrow I won't have any of your awesome shirts. I'll just have to get some more. So tomorrow I have something else picked out. But we just got through with learning, sorry about the glare, about our bus expectations. So we all went down to the bus area. We actually loaded the bus, and our lovely bus driver, Miss Z, told us all about what we do when we're on the bus and what we do if there's some kind of emergency, like if we're going to get sick or whatever. So we went through some different scenarios and just how to be safe and how to handle being on the bus. So that was really good. And then I just took my kids to art. Now I'm going to get everything copied, printed, and all the stuff that I need to get ready for today and the rest of the week and some of next week. So today my plan is to start Rooted in Reading and start Write On. So there's a boot camp for Write On, and then our Rooted in Reading book today is The Invisible Boy, I think, unless I've got the wrong book. I don't know. I need to check the order because I may be wrong on the book. I need to look at week 1. So anyway, I'm going to do week 1 for each thing, and I'll let you know how that goes. And I'm going to share with you the books that I read yesterday, but one of my partner teachers down the hallway borrowed them, so I need to get them back from her so I can show them to you. So when she brings them back, I will show them to you. This morning, I just had them do a color page, and I used a slide on the board that I got from TpT yesterday during the sale, and I can't remember who it's from. So sorry about the glare. So I'll try to look that up for you, but it's got slides for the entire year. There are morning slides, there are transition slides, they have timers. It's really cool. The only problem for me is I can't really use the morning slide with the timer because I have to freeze the board so that I can take attendance and lunch count on my computer. So I'll have to figure that one out. Maybe after I take attendance, then I can start the timer. And I just made my breakfast. I heated a breakfast burrito because I haven't really had anything to eat today other than like a couple bites of a bagel. That's not going to last me through lunch. So today I brought a salad for lunch again because we are eating with the kids, and that's just the easiest thing because you can just take your cold lunch to the lunchroom and you're ready to eat. So today we're going to be on top of things and get there on time. We were about 6 minutes late yesterday because we just didn't get there very quickly. So today we'll leave a little earlier because we have recess right after, and we don't want to miss that. And I want them to have time to eat. So I will sit with a different group of kids today at the table. I told them I would alternate, so I'd sit around each group of kids through the week. They were very excited about that. I wanted to show you, where did I put it? Oh, a little gifty. I think I may have showed you at home, but I gave these to all of my teacher peeps yesterday. Don't forget to have an awesome first day. Yes. I have another one similar that had a different name. And then today's treat I showed you last night that I made, and it was the bag of chips. You're all that in a bag of chips. They were so delighted to get that. And then tomorrow I think will be the gum, and then Friday will be the Oreos. So I have the gum ones ready as I showed you last night, but I need to put the little tags on the Oreos, which are down here in the corner, so I can put that together whenever. It wouldn't take much. I just have to stick them on and staple them. One of our second grade teachers has hurt her shoulder really badly, needs to go to the doctor, so she may be leaving, so I may be taking her pickup duty today. I'm not sure. I don't have any after school duties right now, but I told her I'd be more than willing to take her pickup duty so she could do what she needs to do, because it doesn't take much. I mean, you just open car doors and say, bye, have a nice night. Very simple. Okay, I'm going to get back to work, get myself together, make sure I have all my things printed and copied that I need, and then I will check back in with you later and give you an update. Hi, we just had lunch and my kids are at recess. I thought I'd catch you up on what we've been doing. So let me show you the game board that we have now, because we got a note from Edit the Eraser. He challenged us with 7 different math challenges, and we've done 2 of them today. Most people finished both of them, some didn't. But here is the game board. Now, I have not checked the challenges. We will do them together. We'll check them tomorrow. But I had them put them in this tray when they're finished. So, hopefully it went well. The first one was the pencil challenge, and it was all about place value. The second one was what was it called? I totally forgot. Let me look. I don't know. It's too long ago to remember, apparently. Glue challenge, the glue challenge. And they did 2-digit addition. So, that's good because we start with those kind of things. First chapter of Go Math. So we'll see what they remember. I think I have a pencil patch for everyone now. for the pencil challenge. Yay. And I've got my mat all erased so I can start grouping kids by color, so it'll be easier to sort them out when it's time to group people, like to go to the restroom. Sorry, the glare is really bad. I was saying I'm going to group my students by the 4 color groups I've done before, so it's easier to call them to the restroom and to turn in papers and everything else. Because right now it's like, okay, let's have you, and you go. And then I have to keep track on my list, and it's kind of a pain. So I will be grouping them probably tomorrow. But since I have pickup duty today, I'll have to do it after that. Right now, I have a little bit of time. I don't think my paper copied, so I'm going to do that. Come on in. Come on in. My buddy teacher came in and did not want to be on the vlog. She goes, are you talking to someone? I don't want to be on the vlog. And I said, that's okay. You can be the anonymous teacher that popped in. So I'm like, no. She was asking me if we wanted to maybe rotate who picked the kids up from recess starting next week. Like this week, we're still starting, really? We're still working on expectations. I would love to have the expectation that I could actually speak English correctly and well. Anyway, so I think we're going to switch off who picks the kids up from recess, because it's on the not the very bottom floor. It's not the basement, but it's the first floor. So it's 2 levels down. Down is not the problem. Up is where it starts to burn a little bit, which is good for exercise. I will probably get my steps in with no trouble this year, not even trying. That's good. And I take the stairs. I don't take the elevator at all. Unless, it's time to go get them. Unless it is, it is not time to go get them. Holy moly, they don't get out of recess till 12:50. What was I thinking? I have 9 minutes. I need to reset my alarm. It's not going to take me that long to get down there. That is just a built-in go to the restroom kind of thing. But I don't need to do that, so I'm good. I went on the way up, so yay, I was on top of stuff. Anyway, I was saying what we did earlier. Wow, goofy brain. So we read, finally. You're finally here. We finally read it. And it was a really cute book. And then we did a little page on, well, if I can just find one, I think I have one over here actually. Let me look really quick. I should have an extra page. Here it is. This comes in the little packet if you buy, Mrs. Camp, I believe is the name of the person that made all this stuff. Linda Camp, I think, with a K. I know I've linked it in a previous vlog, so it should be pretty easy to find. Seriously, if you search Pinterest, you're finally here. A bajillion little posts will pop up. So we did, I can almost, pretty soon I'll be able to, I can't wait until, and I can finally, and then now I feel. And after the kids had a little bit of time to work on that, then I had them share if they wanted to. And then, what do? We did the pencil challenge, and we did the glue challenge. And once we check them, if they've passed the pencil challenge, they'll go over here. And if they pass the glue challenge, they'll go over here on with their little backpack pieces. Then we did the Rooted in Reading for the Invisible Boy. And it's a really good beginning of school story. Even if you don't do Rooted in Reading, I highly recommend that book, because it talks about this little boy named Brian who feels invisible. And it's really interesting how the author and the illustrator show that he's invisible. He is drawn in like pencil color. So he's like a gray color and all the other children are in color. So he just kind of blends into the background. He's always kind of off by himself. He's chosen last or not chosen at all for games. Nobody even really notices he's around until something happens and everything changes for him. So if you're familiar with Making Meaning, if any of you have ever done the Making Meaning program, Rooted in Reading has very similar properties to that, so I'm totally used to the format. Today we were talking about making connections, and I think I showed these posters maybe, but we're making like text to text, text to self, text to world connections. And I told them, as a reminder, because first graders have had Making Meaning, and they've talked about connections before. I reminded them what they were, and I said, while you're listening to this story, sorry, I'll get away from the glare. While you're listening to this story, I want you to be thinking about these connections. Do you make connection to this character or this story? Does it remind you of something in your own life? Does it remind you of something you've seen in the world? Does it remind you of another story? And they had that in their mind, and we talked about that. And there are question cards that go along with every story. And there are vocabulary cards that go along with every story. So I'm just picking out a few each time because I don't want to overwhelm them. Plus we don't have a long time to work on it. When they come back, we're going to read some more Kina Ford, the second grade mix-up chapter book. They're liking it a lot. Ooh, and I told them that I would print their note for them to bring a rest and read buddy. So I need to do that. I left myself a note to print a note. So I need to find that. I printed the next thing for the You're Finally Here, which it's got like elapsed time, estimated time. That'll be part of our math tomorrow, as well as 2 more challenges for the Unlock the School Year. So they're very excited about that. Yes, and they're all over the pineapple fairy. Oh my goodness, they're loving it. They ask me all kinds of questions, and they're super excited about getting little special treats from her and things like that. I went and got a giant bag of Starbursts so that maybe she could leave us a little treat every once in a while. Not a lot. And there's one student that cannot have sweets. So like we had chocolate chip cookies at lunch today and she didn't eat hers. She said, I can't have those. They hurt my teeth. Okay, sweetie, just don't eat it then. She's very good about it. Like Mom says, no candy, no sweets, because it's bad for her teeth. Because she's had trouble with her teeth and actually makes them hurt. So, very responsible young lady. So we always have alternative snack choices for her in case we were to have something weird, which I don't give them cookies for snacks, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alrighty, I'm going to go get them from recess in about 4 minutes. So I want to print that note first because I don't have any more breaks until it's time to go home. So I need to find my rest and read buddy note. I hope I can find it in my massive files on here. And I'll print that out and send it home. So what I do during rest and read time is I read a chapter book to them for around 10 minutes. I try to do 2 chapters a day, 3 if they're small. And during that time, they can lay around the rug. I also will put out some bath mats because we have more kids this year and they're bigger. So they need more space than just the rug. They can spread out more. They can have a small stuffed animal, like this little guy would be perfect. And I already told them, the little stuffed animal has rules too, just like we do. They have to stay down on the rug. They have to be quiet. They have to have their listening ears on, keep their hands to themselves, all that. Otherwise, they'll have to go back in hibernation. So nobody wants that. Let me find my note. I'll get it printed, and I'll try to check back in with you later and let you know how the day wrapped up. It's the end of the day, and it's time to go home, but I thought I'd show you one thing that we did, and that's a time capsule page. I think I've shared this before. Let me see if I can show you a blank one. Almost all the kids finished. So here it is. And once I get them all, we'll put them in a little tube and we'll save it until the last day of school. And the kids are loving this book. So I'm going to order the rest of the books in the series from Amazon. And I've changed all my calendars to tomorrow. It is 4 o'clock and I am getting out of here. So I will see you in the morning because I'm tired and I just want to go home and collapse. Bye. Oh my goodness, I'm such a dork. So I was just looking at my channel and I'm like, that's weird. I haven't seen anything about my video. And so I go into my information and I have set the thing to publish on Thursday instead of Wednesday. I've never done that. Oh my gosh, it's only the second day of school. Of course, I did it last night, so it was the first day of school. But it's because I edited and everything. Last night, I forgot about it until like 10 till 10. I'm not even kidding when I started editing. What a dork. Good thing it was a short one. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I checked on it. So it published like 13 hours later than normal. But it's still on Wednesday, so I guess it still counts. Teacher Tired has already started, friends. It's already started and taking over my mind. Wow. Oh, we have 2 more days of school, and then I get to have 2 days off. Hopefully that helps things. Wow. I hope you've had a good week, and I will talk to you later. Good morning. Ready to start day 3. Here's my outfit. And then I have black skirt and some little shoes. Here's my bracelet, my ring. All right, the kids will be coming any minute. We're going to do a... what did I do with it? Well, it'd be good if I knew where I put my papers. Oh dear, I put them somewhere. Anyway, we're going to do a mystery picture. All right, what did I do with it? I think I stuck it back in. I didn't mean to. Oh, third day, and my brain is already gone. Where did I put it? Oh, for Pete's sakes. I just had it. Okay, well, I'll find it, and then I'll show it to you later, because I honestly set it somewhere, and I don't know what I did with it. So, great. I may need to go copy more. Okay, then. I will talk to you later. Okay, I had left it on the copier. No wonder I couldn't find it. So it's a mystery picture. They have to solve these first, and then they color this according to their answers. So we'll see how it turns out. We got back from our practicing our hallway, playground, and cafeteria expectations. I did an extra one. I wasn't supposed to do hallway today, but that's okay. They need more practice in the hallway anyway. So that was good practice because some of them still have trouble with their level 0 lips. So we talked about marshmallow toes, platypus lips. So I just talk about Perry the platypus and how he has a duck bill. And if your voice is just going off by itself and it just can't be stopped, give yourself platypus lips. And that keeps you from talking. So that they thought that was fun. Then we went to the cafeteria, and preschool was eating breakfast. So that was interesting. It was very chaotic in there. And I said, friends, this is your third year eating in the cafeteria. Here is what is expected of you. Here's what I expect of you. And plus, I'm eating with them every day. So if I'm seeing any problems, I will nip them in the bud there and also talk about it in the classroom. So I don't foresee any problems in the cafeteria. We just talked about a few things, and then we went out to the playground, talked about the safety rules and why we do things and why we don't do some things, how to line up. I found out my whistle's broken, so now I need a new whistle. I went to blow it, it went, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to work, is it? So I need a new whistle for being outside. And then I took the kids to the restroom, and then we went to music. So that's where they are right now. Most students did not finish their hidden mystery picture, so I put it in the work to be completed drawer. I had them do it. And they can work on it tomorrow when we have Friday Fun Club. They can just pick one activity to finish, and then they can go to Friday Fun Club. And I was going to do my purchase order right now, but I just can't get myself wrapped around everything I need to finish today. And this is my plan time and the only time I can do some things. So I'm going to have to just push that off another day. Maybe I can get it done tomorrow. I don't know. Or maybe next week. It's not a huge deal because it's like probably books I'll need in October, November, the rest of the year kind of thing. So it's not huge. But I do need to get it done because it takes them a while to get our books to us. We don't have Amazon Prime for some reason, so it takes like a week or a week and a half to get things, so I need to be thinking about that. But I think I'm okay for the first couple weeks, so I think another day is not going to hurt anything. I think I will email the secretary and tell her, hey, today isn't going to work for me. I'm sorry, I found out more things I need to do during plan time. I'll try to catch you a little bit later. So I think that'll work out okay. All right, I'm going to get some things done, and I will check back in with you later and let you know how it's going. Hi, it's the end of the day. It's about 5 till 3. I've just dismissed all of my kiddos to their appropriate dismissal places. And now I can breathe again. Whew, my goodness, today was kind of loud. So we're really, really working on those listening skills. Let me show you the book that I read to my class. If you have not read this book to your class, you should get it right now. Like, pause this video, go to Amazon, type it in, and order it now. It is amazing. I love this book. Lacey Walker, Nonstop Tucker. It's a cute little owl. She talks and talks and talks and talks. She talks so much she doesn't get her work done. She doesn't get her teeth brushed. She's always going to bed late. She doesn't hear the dialogue in movies. She doesn't hear her friends' jokes. She just doesn't get anything done because she's always talking. Then one day she loses her voice. And she learns that there's a whole world going on around her that she never noticed because she was always talking. So I read this to my class. And then we did this activity that goes along with You're Finally Here. So it talked about how long do you think it'll take to do this? How long do you think it would take to do this? So I gave them a little paper. There was a recording sheet. And here are the cards that go with it. Okay, so we went through all of these cards. each scenario, and they wrote on their recording sheet, which is this one here, how long does it take? So in each box they wrote how long they thought it would take to find a needle in a haystack, how long they thought it would take to learn how to play accordion. These were all little things from the book that we read. So I said, there aren't any wrong answers for these. You just, whatever you think. A few of them were times, and so they did need to get the right answer for that. And one was a half hour and one was an o'clock. So I did give them that clue because we haven't studied clocks for a while. But they did pretty well. I didn't have time to go over the answers with them yet, but I collected their papers and we will go over them tomorrow so they can kind of laugh and talk about, oh, would that really take 1 second to eat your whole supper? Probably not. So it'll be kind of silly. So we'll do that tomorrow, which is Friday. Happy Friday. Today's Friday Junior because it's Thursday. So I wrote the different kind of increments of time on my board here for them. And you can see I used red earlier and it does not erase well from my board. So I'll be fixing that. I need to change the date up here. I started writing the date for them. We'll start class jobs next week. We'll start the color rotations. I've got all my kids grouped by color. That's how they will do things. I'll say green group, go do this. Pink group, go do this, blah, blah, blah. What else? Everything will start next week. We'll do regular math, regular reading, regular writing, pretty much. We won't be starting iReady or AR yet because we don't have the things set up for that yet. And they need headphones, which a lot of them don't have. They brought earbuds, but not headphones. So we're trying to secure headphones for every child, but at least I got all of my kids the school supplies they need otherwise. They all have crayons, pencils, all that stuff, which is good. Oh, I put some things in my objectives chart today so I can start putting my objectives up. I'll just write them with the dry erase marker. But I printed these last night, the little posters, and I matched the color of the little headers. You can see. So that's going to be nice, so I can just write up what we're doing and just erase it every time. It'll be weekly objectives, not daily objectives. That would be insanity. Oh my goodness, I don't know how anybody does that. I guess if you had them all printed up, you could just flip them. But anyway, I've got a pencil pouch for each child, as you can see here. And my daughter will come in tomorrow when we have PLCs, and she can sharpen all the pencils. I think I'm going to have her mark all the ones with their number. And I didn't realize I didn't put their student number on here, on their name label. So I'm going to do that real fast so she knows which pencils should have which numbers. And then we'll start the pencil challenge on Monday. They're very excited for that. We only did one of the Unlock the School Year challenges today because we took an extra...
Pickups may now go to the gym. Pickups may now go to the gym.
Okay, that's the first time they've announced that all week. We've been getting to the gym every day. Anyway, but they don't go to the gym. They go to the cafeteria. Whatever. We know where to take people. Anyway, as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Pencil challenge. We'll start that next week. They're very excited. I was telling you, we did the Unlock the Classroom challenge, but we only did one today because we had extra things. We had an extra recess today on the old playground because eventually they're going to tear that apart because they're going to build a new early childhood center on that site. So they have to dismantle that extra playground, which is the playground from the old building that is no longer there, the old elementary school where we moved from. But they kept the playground so people could still use it. So they thought that was amazing. I didn't tell them we were doing that. So it was a total surprise when I picked them up from music today. They were super excited. That was fun. And then when we came back, we had snack and we had a special reader. So our reading specialist, Title I teacher, came in and read a story to them. It was called School's First Day of School, which I don't have, but she told me that that is a $1 book in the Scholastic book orders this month for back to school in September. So I'm definitely going to get that book for my classroom. And then we had the counselor come in and tell about what she does and why she's here and how she's going to help them if they need it and when she's going to come visit our classroom. So every other week she'll come see us. And then, see, there wasn't much time after that. So we did the clipboard challenge, which was subtraction. They did single digit subtraction. They did a couple double digit subtraction. And then they had a couple of word problems. That was cool. And we're still having trouble with putting our names on our paper. So I did get the first one, the first challenge. I got everybody's name on their paper. And I don't have everybody's glue challenge with their name on their paper. And some people forgot to put their name on the new challenge. So I can't move their game piece if I don't know whose paper is whose. So we will get that all figured out tomorrow. I may not get much accomplished tomorrow because we're going to be catching up a lot of things that didn't get finished. We made a birthday book today for the one birthday we had in August before school started. The next week, I'm going to have them make birthday pages for all of the kids that had birthdays in July. Because as a school, we celebrate July and August birthdays in August. Then we celebrate the June birthdays in May. So nobody gets missed, which is nice. So there are going to be a lot of birthday books made next week because we have 5 July birthdays. Wowzers. That will be cool. I need to make birthday pages too for 6 kids. So I may just take them home and do them over the weekend. Except the one kiddo whose birthday book we made today because we'll read it tomorrow. So I should probably do his tonight. Anyway, I'm going to put the letters up that I made for my reading and writing boards. I think the headers, they're going to go on the pink board and the blue board. I think I showed you those. I cut them out the other night, and I'll show you when I get it done. They're just like, there's something else I made with those, and I can't think what they were. They're little circles with the pineapples that go along with the same kind of pineapple things I have on my little pocket chart calendar. They look very similar to that. And I just modified them so I could make like kind of headers for those. And I put a couple of times, well, not a couple, I put 4, 5, 6, 6 times on my schedule. But I'm not sure exactly what the times are going to be for the other things yet. It's not completely set because I don't know for sure when my kids will go to reading and some other things. So those are kind of up in the air, and I didn't want to change it on them. I wanted to put the ones that would not change and just leave them up there so they could kind of get used to it. Every day, 50 billion times a day, I hear, when's lunch? Is it time for lunch? When are we going to lunch? Isn't it time for lunch? So today I said, I have a question for you, second graders. Do you think that Mrs. Bond wants to hear, is it lunchtime? 50,000 times a day. And there I said, thumbs up if you think yes, thumbs down if you think no. And, you know, if they weren't being the smart aleck, they put thumbs down. I said, you would be correct. I'm putting the time for lunch up on the schedule. And so if you ask me from now on, I'm going to just point at the schedule and then point at the clock. So you can decide how much time is left to lunch. Because I don't want to answer that question anymore. Because I've told you every day it's at 12 o'clock. Every single day, even Fridays. So hopefully that will be taken care of. And it's always in the middle of something completely random when I'm telling directions for something or reading a story, or, you know, I could be in the middle of a sentence. When's lunch? But apparently that random thought just popped in their head while I was doing whatever I was doing, and it didn't matter what I was doing because that's what popped in their head. So we're working on self-control. The students earned 2 more stickers for their Super Improvers cards. So let me show you those. I'll go over here. So many students have 3, and one student only has 2 because she was gone yesterday morning and missed out on the first sticker that we got. So check it out. Pretty cool. We're cooking along on our chart there. They're very excited. And I'll give you a closer up of my Unlock second grade board here. Pretty neat. I need to check their challenges. The good thing about this product is it comes with answer keys, so you don't have to like figure all the things out every time. You can just check it real fast. So, one of my friends forgot her lunchbox. Shoot. Oh well. I don't think she's left yet, so I'm going to run that to her in the classroom. Then I'm going to get my boards put together, and then I'll try to check back in with you. But I have been leaving so late every day. My poor daughter has been waiting for me in the car for like over half an hour when she gets here. So I've set my alarm to remind me to put my computer away and put my stuff in my bag and hightail it out of here so she's not waiting for me anymore. We need to go to Walmart again. I need contact solution. I need to get Cool Whip and some fruit for my friendship salad that we will be making tomorrow, which is a lesson about kindness as well. So it talks about the kind of classroom that you want to have, and each ingredient is a different quality that you want. And then you also have this nasty black roti rotten banana. So I'm going to put one in my freezer. If you've ever put a banana in your freezer, you will know how gross they look. They may not be nasty on the inside, but the peel turns black. And every year when I do this lesson, the kids go, I'm like, okay, and the last thing, oh, I almost forgot the banana. So I start to get the banana. They go, ew. I'm like, what? It's just a banana. They're like, but it's rotten. I'm like, you don't want that in your salad? And they're like, ew, no. I'm like, why? Because it's no good. I'm like, oh. So there's the lesson. You don't want to be the rotten banana in your classroom. So all of it is a metaphor for all the things we want in our classroom. The bowl is your classroom, and all the ingredients are all the different character traits that people have in your classroom. It's a really cool lesson. I found it years ago, and I've used it every single year. This will be year 11. I've never not done it, and the kids love it. It makes a delicious snack, too. I will be sharing that with you tomorrow, so stay tuned. All right, let me get some things done and be productive, and I'll get back with you. All right, I was able to get my reading and writing labels up on my bulletin boards. Let me turn the camera around so you can see it. There's the reading. And here's writing. Yay. So I'll just put like little helpers up here when we're talking about different things. They'll change out. And I think I'm going to use some more of those dry erase leaves. So I can just put little posters and things up here. It'll be easy to change in and out. I won't have to be stapling and unstapling all the time because I have some more of those saved back. So that should be really good. My M in llama is curling up, so I think I need to, and the B as well, I need to staple those down because they're looking a little funky. All right, it's about time for me to go. So I'm going to pack my stuff up and get out of here, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. These are the little goodies that I'm giving to my teammates today. Look at that. So cool. Can't wait to give it to them. They have loved the little surprises every day this week. I just wanted to make our first week together really special. Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm on my way to get my kids from PE, and I'll check back in with you later. Here's my shirt for the day. I forgot it said first grade on it. I covered up the first with a sticker. But that's okay because the back of it's really cool, and I'll try to show you that if I can. Otherwise, I'll just take it off later and show you at home. And I'm just wearing my awesome pineapple headband from Miss Janice from One Happy Teacher. And the day's going to be short and really crazy. I have made sure every kid has 6 pencils in their pencil challenge bag, and I've got their numbers on their bags. And I've also added a couple of signs to the pencil challenge thing so we can keep track of what week it is and how many students kept their pencils the last time. So that'll start on Monday. Hello again. So I told you I would check back in, and here I am checking back in. My kids are at recess. We did the kind of find a friend toothy activity, I guess you call it, and I'll try to find a paper so you can see it. Let me find it. We also did the scissors challenge today, and I don't know what the other one was. It was crayons challenge. Yes, we did this one for morning work, and we did this one after. So we only have 2 left. I think that's right. And okay, here's the toothy thing. This is from Lucky Little Learners. There's a girl one and a boy one. These are the toothy mats. Whoops. There you go. And these are supposed to be little cards. Each student was supposed to get like 2 sheets of cards to cut up, and then they're supposed to walk around and ask friends, you know, who this fit. It's kind of like that scavenger hunt thing where you have to find people that fit the categories. One of these is, what is something that makes you laugh? Who's your favorite teacher? What's your favorite color? Blah, blah, blah. Every time they get an answer, they put a tooth in Toothy's mouth. Once they fill up the mouth, they're done. Well, I just told them they need to ask everybody until they ran out of questions or time. So I said, you know, I told them they had 5 minutes, and then 2 minutes, and then 1 minute, and then time to clean up. So I think they liked that a lot. It was really fun. They got to know each other a little bit more. That was cool. What else did we do? Oh, we made friendship salad. And let me show you. I printed out the recipe for each student to take home, because every time I make something in the classroom, I like to give them the printout for it. Let me go to the drawer, because I've put a lot of papers in their cubby today because I've been kind of slacking in the handing things out this week department. So let me see if I can find it real fast for you so you can see it. It's in here somewhere. So I have these drawers here that I showed you before. Right here. And the extras drawer has any extra notes and papers that I've handed out in case somebody loses one. Here we go. I just found it. Sorry, I've got fumble fingers today. Oh my goodness gracious. This is a lesson you can do with your class about how you want your classroom to be. So each fruit that you put in the bowl is your classroom. Each fruit that you put in is like some kind of character trait that you want in your classroom. So we did mandarin oranges, strawberries, pineapple, marshmallows, and Cool Whip. Now, you also save a rotten banana because that's the kid that's mean, that pushes people, that yells, that doesn't follow directions, and just isn't a nice friend. And so that's the one you don't want in your classroom. So nobody wants a rotten banana. But the cool thing is you show the rotten banana, you're like, oh, I almost forgot to put this in. And they're all like, ew, gross. And they're like, what? Don't you like bananas? They're like, not that kind. Well, what's that kind? It's rotten. I said, well, what will happen if we put that in our fruit salad? It'll ruin it. I'm like, oh, is that kind of like if we have a mean person in our room that does all these things that you don't want? Do you think that would ruin our classroom? And they're like, oh, yeah. So then the rest of the year, you can be like, oop, don't be a rotten banana. And they totally understand what you're talking about. So here's the fruit salad when it's done. It's really good. And this shall be my breakfast. And it is like 11 o'clock because I never got a chance to eat anything yet. So I'm kind of hungry. We were given a bonus today by our principal. She texted us on the Remind app because that's how she communicates with us. And she said, great first week of school, teachers. You have made everything so wonderful. The kids are so happy. They're having a great time. Thank you for making everything smooth, making sure everyone gets where they need to go, making sure they get on the bus right and all that stuff. And so she said we could wear jeans today, and we do not have to eat lunch we do not have to eat lunch in the cafeteria today. So we get our duty-free lunches back. Yay. So I was debating on whether I was going to eat with them anyway, because I thought, well, I did say I was going to eat with them every day, but I think I have eaten with all of them all day. Wow, I cannot talk. I think I've eaten with all of them this week, so I think I'm good with that. And that'll give me time to get some things around because Fridays are short. These are the days that we dismiss an hour early so we can have our OLC, which is our version of PLC with our Osage at the beginning instead of professional. It's Osage Learning Community. Anyway, let me put the camera down over here. So yes, we do our own version of PLCs. It's the same kind of thing. But I just feel like I'm going like this because it's Friday. I need to get my stuff together. Anyway. So we dismiss early so everything's shorter. So right off the bat on Fridays, we have specials at 8:15. So we don't have a lot of time to do anything. But I did have them do one of their challenges. The clock one was pretty fast. The Pineapple Fairy paid us a visit and left us this awesome note. And left us a bag of Starbursts. And one of my kiddos did not get their Starburst because he came in late. So I'm going to give that to him when he comes back in. And I thought I'd miscounted because I looked at all the attendance cards of the kids that weren't in here yet, and one kid had forgotten to put theirs up, so I went and grabbed another one real fast while I was sneaking around. But I'm going to put these up here. She can leave us little treats in there because it's a pineapple colored bag, right? This will be for my little guy that came in late. They're going to get their very first brag tag today. I told them all about the pencil challenge too, and they're super excited to start that on Monday. I have everybody's pencil pouch ready. Pencil pouch ready to go, sharpened everything, except for putting their numbers on the pencils. So my daughter can do that with the old handy Sharpie. And I need to hole punch these to put on their brag tags because they're uber super excited. Friday's schedule is totally wackadoo, like everything's at a different time except lunch. Lunch is the same time as every day, thankfully. But like recess is a different time, specials are at a different time, dismissal is at a different time. And of course, the things I do through the day are at different times. So I need to get myself wrapped around the schedule for that. So I keep having to flip my planner around so I can find the schedule page. So I just need to plant that in front of me because I didn't put the times on here for some silly reason for Friday. So I need to do that on the subsequent pages. That would be wise of me, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, my magic 8 ball got knocked down, so I think it got shoved. There we go. Put it back. So after they come in from recess, they're going to get their new brag tags. I'm going to let them wear them, and we're going to do a coding activity today that is made by Teach Outside the Box, Brooke Brown. It's back to school coding, and I'll try to show you a little bit of that because I'll most likely project it so I can show the kids what to do. The room is going to turn into a hot mess because they're going to have to cut things, so we're going to see how well they can clean up their scraps. We have 2 recycle buckets, so that should make it easier. So hopefully they can clean up really nicely so they can earn some more stickers. Most students have 6 stickers already. Yes, 6 on their Super Improver card. And we've only been in school for 3 days. 4 days. 4 days. Wow. It's been a long week. I'm not sure how I can do 5 days next week. We'll have to see how that works. Alrighty, I'm going to eat a little bit of this, and then I'm going to go get my kiddos because it's almost time. And I'll try to check back in with you later if I get a chance. So we'll see what happens.
I got my dad at work. I like kitties.
Okay, show me your path, buddy. Over there? Okay.
Can you video?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You want to tell me how it goes?
Dave, and go, you do this, and then go up, do, jump, do.
Awesome.
Buddy.
Okay, can you write your symbols to show me how you did that? Use your arrows to go right, left, up, and down. To show me how you did that, starting with your bus. All right. Excellent.
But this could give it a good try.
Oh, it'll be okay if you lay it on your desk while you're writing your symbols.
This is hard.
That's beautiful.
I'm messing up. Can you help me?
Yeah, I'll be right there, sweetie.
Look, I put this done.
That looks awesome. Okay, well, write your symbols so you can show your path.
Do we have to glue it?
No, you don't glue it all. Just lay them on there, sweetie. That way you can move them if you want to. That looks awesome. Look at that. So weird.
My bus doesn't look so good.
Your bus looks awesome to me. If you can tell it's a bus, you're good. Okay, what do you need help with, honey? Laying out your path?
Yeah.
Okay, put your school bus at the start. Can you find it?
What do we do
Here.
now?
You can put are you done coding? Got all your directions?
Oh,
You
yeah.
put all your pieces in your bag. Okay, and now make a path with apples, and then you need to put in your treasures somewhere to collect them. So where do you want to put your treasures, your school supplies? Your crayons, your pencil, and your glue. Okay? Okay? Okay. Now you need 2 school zones. So the little walking people, like this one. You can put your papers in your cubby. Take your 2 papers and that one in your cubby. Okay, and now you need to put your enemies on there. The backpack and the lunchbox. Okay. So did you find your other one? Did you find the lunchbox? Yes, honey, go ahead. There it is. Hold on. Okay, and then you need to put your school where you're going to end up, at the end of your path. Okay, and now stick some apples in there to show which direction you're going to go.
Do you have to one piece of paper?
I don't right now. And then you just need to use your symbols to show which way to go to get to the school from the bus.
What else now?
Okay, you can put everything away, sweetie. Almost time to pack.
Look how little
Go ahead, babe.
videoing it.
Yep. Hello, happy end of Friday. So I'm about to go into my first of 2 meetings. And we'll get some things squared away today. So it should be very informative. I'm going to grab my stuff and I'll try to check back in with you when I get back in my room. Well, I didn't get a chance to drop back in and let you know what happened the rest of the day. So I went to my meeting, and then it merged into the other meeting. We just talked a lot about testing, and we're switching to iReady, and we got a testing schedule made for that, and we talked about AR and how we were going to try to incorporate that with guided reading, how we were going to track kids' progress, and how we were going to set goals and stuff because we don't have STAR testing anymore. So that's just all up in the air. And we're starting Power Hour the day that we get back from Labor Day weekend. So next week we need to give some kind of assessment to figure out how to place our kids in groups. So we're all supposed to kind of think about that and come together like on Monday so we can decide what we're doing for that, so we can get our kids tested and grouped, because Friday we'll need to get them grouped. We start on Tuesday after Labor Day. So it's going to be a lot of crazy testing. So there goes all the fun of back to school week. It's hardcore now. No more fun, kids. Cracking the books. Crack-a-lackin' here. Yeah. The coding went pretty well. Most of the kids got the concept pretty well. I didn't have a lot of expectation because it was new to most of them. Of course, my 5 had it before, and they kind of remembered a little bit from last year. But I didn't start it right away last year, so it's not like we did a ton of it. I think we did maybe 2 of them. They really liked it when we did it, though. So I'm hoping we can do that like once a month, because I have Brooke Brown's coding for the whole year, and there's a coding activity for each month that's kind of themed. So that'll make my science time pretty easy on Fridays. We'll do either a coding, I think we'll do 1 coding a month, and the other 3 Fridays, if we have them, STEM. And I have her STEM through the year too. Plus I have her storybook science STEM, so that'll be good too. I think I've got the resources I need. I just need to incorporate them all. Can I just say I'm really happy it's Friday. And I think I may have mentioned this earlier, but thinking about the prospect of doing a 5-day week is a little daunting to me because 4 days was a little hard. But we're still getting in the groove of how we want to do things. And I'm getting my expectations taught to my students, and some of them are not towing the line, because they test you and everything, and they're tired. So today was a little weird. Plus Fridays, the schedule is completely different. So you know what I heard today? Is it lunchtime now? We're going to lunch now? Honey, it's 9:30. Let's look at the time on the schedule. What time does it say lunch is? 12. What do you think? No? Not for a while. We'll get there eventually. Babe, we just had snack. We don't have snack right by lunch. So they're still trying to figure stuff out. And it's okay. They're just trying to see what's going on, and they're trying to get in the groove too and get a handle on everything, because second grade's new for them too. We're all going to learn together. We're starting everything next week though, like pretty much everything. Every program's going to be starting. So my first Go Math lesson was really sad. I said, we get to start Go Math next week. And the majority of the class went, oh. And I was like, oh, guys, it's going to be fun. It's going to be all new stuff. And they're like, so I already feel an uphill battle with the Go Math situation. But most of them did not have math with me last year, so they don't know how Mrs. Bond rolls in math. Mrs. Bond is a maniac in math. Mrs. Bond is wild and crazy during math, and you never know what I'm going to do or say. So watch out. Here I come. I don't know, how their math was taught to them last year. If it was a teacher that wasn't super fond of math, it might have been a little dry for them. I don't know. But I always put in extra things. Like we do the main lesson, and we do the, independent practice and things like that. And then we do some more stuff to solidify that learning for the day. We review and we practice with games. So a lot of them don't know that yet. So hopefully I will change their minds by Wednesday, because they will have had 3 math lessons with me by then. So we'll have to see how it goes on Wednesday. By then, I'll check in with you and let you know if things are going better or if they're the same. So I don't want everybody to dread math time. Math time can be super fun. So I hope that I can change their minds and make them not dread math time in second grade. Isn't that sad to think that a kid already dreads a certain subject in second grade before they've even had that subject that year? Like, they've only had 2 years of math. They're already dreading math? That's not good. So I have a challenge in front of me, and challenge accepted. My husband should be home pretty soon. And I think we'll probably order pizza, as we normally do on a Friday, and fall asleep in front of the TV, as we also normally do on a Friday, because we're always tired. I told them they could sit however they wanted this week, but we did not use the cushions at all. Not at all. We just used the mats and the desks and the table. So next week it'll be more separated out, and the kids will rotate through, and they're very excited about that. Because some of them never got to sit where they wanted to because they didn't get in there as soon as other ones. That's a problem. Our kids don't come in all at the same time. Some of them have later arrival times than others, and their bus may come in after other people's, and they're not there right away. So they never get to sit where they want to because it's always taken by someone else who gets there before them. This totally eliminates that. Like, I would totally give them all just free choice of what they wanted, probably. There goes Mango. But like I said, it doesn't work. So that's why we're going to have a little rotation schedule. And it worked pretty well last year. So I'm working on that right now. And I wish I'd taken pictures of the seating in my room before I left, because that would have been the best way to do it, is to have actual pictures. Because the clip art that I found is super cute, but I don't have wobble chairs, and I'm not using bean bags this year, and I'm not using crate seats, which is what is in the clip art. It's great if you have those things, but I have bath mats, and I have those back cushions, and I have the big flat cushions, and I have a couple of, actually they're dog beds, but they don't look like dog beds. They're just big round cushions. So I have my spelling dictionary I'm going to try to put together, because it's not printing like it's supposed to. Sorry, Mango's trying to get my little thing here, so I'm having to move around. She thinks it smells really good. Oh, and there's my husband. All right, got the pizza ordered. We're going to have a ham pizza and some breadsticks, and probably try to find some kind of movie or something that we can watch. I need to go feed all of our bajillion cats because I'm sure they're hungry too. The natives are restless. So I hope you have had a great week. If you're back at school, I'm right there with you. If you're not back at school, I'm glad that you're still relaxing. So I will talk to you later. Bye.